Well, hey there, this is Jerry. I'm getting started on episode 11 of Rusty, the 2002 F350. And had the air compressor was running in my heater, but what I was out here doing was I was sanding back a little farther, so I didn't put, actually wasn't going to put filler over the paint, this old paint. And then where it was real thin in here, I actually mixed up JB Weld and put a coating of it on there, and then found a brake clean thing where I could put on this rust reform and seal. So get everything done out here and that gets set up. I'm gonna come here on the inside and drill a couple little holes where I can take this and coat the back side of this seam and up around here, or see if I can, because I got a hole in the back down here where I can look up through, so I can spray a little. I can probably shine a light up there and maybe even spray through that hole and get some more. But I was gonna say I'll wait till that sets up, and then I'll sand that down a little bit just to smooth it up, but probably not going to add any body filler right there unless it'll be super thin, because I'm just going to feather edge that and try and make it blend in so it doesn't look like I got a hump there. Now of course I need to get in here and do some more sanding, but thought I'd get my video started, and I'll come back shortly. Okay, well, we're out in the barn today and too cold to do much anything else other than sand, so I started out with 120 and it was going kind of slow, so I was going to bump up to 80 grit, because my hood here had a lot of, the paint was peeling, or the clear coat. So what I'm doing here is sanding, and I can tell by looking at the dust coming off, or the, whether I'm taking off red paint or the lighter stuff, it's the clear coat. So if I just go up here in this big, this area right here is clear coat. Remember, I've got through it right there. And you may ask, why am I wanting to get rid of this top coat and all this clear coat that's peeling? I mean, there's a reason it's not sticking. So it really all needs to go, and it's either sand it off or do media blast. And in the weather we've got, because we got probably still 4 to 6 inches of snow out there, and this morning it was I think -8, and it's still only 2 degrees out there, so you know I can't do a whole lot else, so that's why I'm in here sanding. So I'll bring the camera up here to the front. See, like there, I'm getting close probably to bare metal, or at least E-coat. Same way there, actually that's some bare metal, but you know, I can tell as I'm sanding by looking at the colors that as I was working my way over here, I went from having kind of a whitish dust, I was getting a little bit of red, and then this is getting down through that layer of red. So, yeah, you can see that area right there. And likewise, as I got many hours with that DA sander in the flat areas, I got places like in here where it's shiny, and I just take these Scotch-Brite pads and start scuffing it and taking the gloss away. Because any place that's glossy, you're going to have trouble getting anything to stick. And of course, I'd still need to do filler work, but I know in like all these areas like here where it's recessed, you know, I got to get all that shiny out of there. And some of that is real tight corners. That's going to be a pain in the butt. But there's where I put my JB weld set up, so I might do some sanding on that too, but some of that'll be hand sanded. Well, hey, I thought while I was taking a break from sanding that the different things I'm using is got a 5-inch Palm DA dual action sander, and I've got paper, or it's felt backed sandpaper that, you know, basically velcros to the pad. And I've got anywhere from a 40 grit clear up to a 400 grit in that. And of course I got a cat wanting to check out the camera. And then for some things I only got like some 40, 60, and 80 grit of these little 2-inch sanding discs that roll lock onto my little angle grinder. And then same thing, I got what a lot of people call them a Scotch lock disc that have the little plastic roll lock on the back that, you know, you twist onto the arbor. And I've got I don't know, fine, medium, and coarse on these. And of course scuff pads, which a lot of people call these a Scotch-Brite pad, but you know, I have the off-brand stuff, you know, that I buy off of eBay. And then the last but not least, the longboard paper that this is actually stuff that goes on the old school longboard that you got a clip on the end. And then I've got some that's the sticky backed that I can use with my which I didn't bring here. Whatever I'm deciding I want to sand with, I can put it on a longboard. I can use it with my Durablock sanding deals, which, you know, I got those in different shapes, and depending on what I'm sanding, you know, sometimes I stick them on a paint roller, you know, one of those little foam I don't know, probably 1.25 1.5 paint rollers is great. Stick that on and it gets in, you know, you can follow contours, and you know, it's not like you're on a firm. It has to cut out the shape of the deal. That has a little give to it, which works really good. But you know, that's the most common things I'm using. And like I say, I buy, you know, I always buy these 5-inchers in assortments, so that, you know, I got all different grades, because, you know, you got something that's really, you need to take a lot of material off. These 40s, they'll hog off stuff in a hurry. And I've got 40, 60, 80, 120, I think 150, 180, you know, so on going up, clear up to this 400 that I got here. And then these, once I get done on the DA, you know, a lot of times the outside where the holes are is wore down, but I can take and fold that around something and use it by hand just to get the full optimal life out of it. But yeah, that's my basic sanding stuff I've been using. I'm out here on the truck and I put the doors on, and you know, when I was doing the cab corner on the right hand side, I didn't put the door on, and this is where I pay for not taking the time to put the door on, because see, I got a great gap coming down. I get right about in here, it starts widening up, and it's super wide there, which really sucks. But the bad part is I basically have no gap right down there. Yeah, I'll say kicking myself for that. And I don't even know if I can, because really, I mean, if you look, I mean, that probably needs to go in a little, or the door needs to come out a little more. But yeah, I'll say I'm not very happy right now, but at this point I've done all this metal work, and just wishing I'd have took the time to put the door on before I did my final welding, because well, that needed to go back 1/4 inch. So but I figured I was going to do some test fitting of panels. So, and of course my hood, I've got pretty much all my sanding done on the hood. That, you know, getting rid of all that old clear coat. And out here, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think they painted the whole hood. You know, even though I think what they did was some repairs up here on the top, and then out here just sanded it and clear coated it and did some blending, because the clear coat out here, say from about that edge clear up to here, was super thick. But I got that down where all I need to do is probably put a 320 grit disc on it and finish smoothing it up to get it ready for primer. And then of course up on the roof, it's got the cab lights. I'm going to, I think I'm going to take the time to pull the headliner down and take those lights out, because around a couple of them, so I'll come over here to this side, I've got rust right like that. So, and it's going under the lights, so I might as well take the lights out and sand and treat the rust. I got rust there, and then I'm going to take the time I'm going to take this rubber off, but you know, I guess I'm going to take the time to pop it off. And then I've got new these clips, so I'll be able to, because I'm sure I'm going to break those by looking at, you know, because I got that other piece of cab corner here in the back. I was looking at the back side of those clips, and it don't look like they're not a burr type clip. It looks like they got some kind of latch. But I'm going to start out, I'm going to grab my pin popper and see if I can pop those out. And then, yeah, I can say something about my gap. I mean, I'm not perfect over here, but I'm so much better here than I am on the other side. But at least with this door on, I can get my contour here the way I want it. After I put my filler on, I still need to loosen up and adjust this door just a little, but that rubber weather strip kind of hangs me up a little bit, so I'm going to get it off, and then I'm going to get back to doing some more sanding until it gets a little warmer in here. Now I decided that here I got my doors on. I need to do some sanding on them while it warmed up in here, because I think outside right now it's probably about 33 to 35 degrees. So I'll probably do some more filming, because when it was down around 0, the battery in the camera died super quick, and you know, my kerosene heater running all the time. I get tired of listening to it, so I'm sure everybody else would. But well, I'm looking at here I'm sanding on this door, and I'm going to assume that this had had some kind of a decal or part of a wrap on the door once, because as I'm sanding off the green writing, I think I'm sanding off white house paint and green house paint, and all these deep cuts. I think they cleaned the door last time with like one of those high-speed sanders that probably had a 36 or 40 grit disc on it, and boy, I got a lot of sanding to do to level that up, and then still got to decide if I want to fix how I want to deal with all these little dents, which I'll probably just put a little filler on them and sand them down. But yeah, I'll say just slowly getting this leveled up, and that right now I'm using 100 grit, or maybe, no, actually I stuck on a 160. Yeah. Now I'm going to switch to 100. You can kind of tell where the house paint's at on here versus the automotive paint, because the house paint, it's sands so much easier, and the color's a little different. Like, you know, down around here I can see what looks like auto paint, but then here all around still looks like that house paint. But I switched to 100 grit disc, so it should come off a little quicker. And so every place I've got these deep scratches from whatever they took the last decal off with has got that house paint down in it. So pretty much I got a pretty good sized area here. I got to take clear down to probably bare metal. Now one thing I was getting ready to do, see right here where I was trying to sand, there's a pretty good sized dent. I'd really like to be hammering from the inside, but I can't because of the body. So what I'm going to try and do is, if I can adjust this back a little. Okay, dent right in the center. I'm going to try and reach up on the inside with my dolly and then hit on the outside. Yeah, I may have to go get my dent popper, because, yeah, hard time. Yeah, arms really aren't long enough. So I may go get my dent popper, because I can take that stud, well, it's called a dent popper, but it's a stud gun that you can, I clean all the paint off, and I can weld a little pin right in the center of that, and use a slide hammer, weld a little pin on the center of that, then take my slide hammer and start work it out. So I did make that a little better. I wonder if I can reach through the, might be able to reach through there and do something. Biggest thing is getting my arm in there and not getting it stuck. There we go. If I can feel that dent on the inside. I'm putting my dolly on the back side. And trying to push it out, and then trying to hammer around the edges. Just got to watch where you stick your arm so you don't get it stuck. So let's see. And that is better. Hey. And I don't know if you could notice, if where I was hitting that, when I was working on that, I got it where it was smooth enough it would pop out. So it's kind of doing what we call oil canning, but hey, at least now ain't perfect, but a little bit of filler and we'll blend that out. Yeah, so that's pretty much, I still got a low spot there, but I'll put filler over a big area, and I can block sand it down, and get rid of that. And then I may just come down here, because as I sand, I don't have too bad of dings down here low. They're just door dings from people opening and whacking the side of this. Don't like them, but we may deal with them. And I got I don't got all the house paint sanded off, because I can look right in there and you can almost even tell by the feel. And then, like I said, I'll probably get some 40 grit, because I need to just knock a bunch of that off and just hit it with primer, because I'm sure the house paint is down in all those grooves, and chances are as soon as I hit it with any other paint, it's probably going to lift the house paint anyway, because even right there where I got some little scratches and dents, that looks like house paint. Well, I'm going to guess I probably shot enough video to finish out episode 11 of Rusty that, I still got a lot of sanding to do here. Was really wanting to start doing some body filler, but I still don't quite got a temperature up in here enough. But we got some 40s coming in the next, I don't know about tomorrow, but probably next, 2 2 or 3 days out. I got some days where it'll be 40 degrees outside. If it's 40 degrees outside, I can get it over 50 in here, and I'll be able to do some body filler and maybe even get it warmed up in here and shoot some primer, because yeah, I'd really like to get some primer on some of this so I don't start getting more rust. But yeah, so yeah, probably next episode we'll be doing some body filler. I'm gonna pull the cab lights out and sand on the roof. So hey, I appreciate you watching. That I'll say, always enjoy those thumbs up for the likes. Love to have more subscribers. Trying to hit the goal of 500. I think last time I checked, I was at 247. All of my 247 subscribers, thank you. I hope you're enjoying what I'm giving you. I'll say just stay tuned, because no telling what else you're going to see on What's Broke Today. Thank you.